All of those people are dead. He's dead, she's dead. That cute couple, yeah, they're dead. The dog is definitely dead. Dead, 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 dead. They're all dead. Here's why that's so interesting. The Charleston was first performed in 1923, over 100 years ago. Each one of those people in 1923 had their own individual, specific reason for wanting to learn how to do the Charleston. What was her reason? What was his reason? What was their reason? Why did they make the dog do it? Did the dog enjoy doing it? These are all questions that I have. Unfortunately, I won't get to ask any of them any of these questions because they're all dead. I do have a theory though. My theory is that they all learned how to do the Charleston for the same reason that I'm learning how to do the Charleston. Because they thought, and I think, that it looks cool. And maybe one day, someone will look back at a clip of Cami and I doing the Charleston and think to themselves, huh, I wonder why they did that. But they won't have to speculate because I made this video, and if they just watch it, they'll know I'm doing it because I think it looks cool. Previously stated, everybody in those videos is dancing the classic Charleston, and also they're all dead. And while those moves are pretty cool, they're a little bit dated. For this reason, Cami and I will be learning variations of the classic Charleston that modern, alive people do to this very day. And to do that, we always begin by sitting down and watching someone who actually knows what they're doing give a tutorial.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now to music. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now, watching someone who's very good at something demonstrate that something can give your brain this weird misimpression that that thing is easy to do. Well, it's not easy to do. In fact, it's very difficult, and it takes time to learn. Now, admittedly, Cami is a much better dancer than I am and learns these moves much more quickly. This realization led me to do something unthinkable: practice on my own. So I decided to go ahead and film myself practicing so I could watch it back and see how I'm doing. So with that in mind, here begins a compilation of me practicing. Okay, I've learned something. So, you can do this. Which is pretty easy, but it doesn't look good because there's no exaggerated movements. If you do this, it looks better, but it's so much more difficult to go quick. Anyways, I showed that to Cami, and she got that in like 2 seconds, like fast. And she's just able to go so stinking quick. But for me, it's really difficult. Only thing I can do is practice. I'm just gonna practice, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times as much as her in order to get to the same level. And for me, that's just what's required. So I'm gonna get back at it. You know that Batman scene where he just spent the last night killing people and so he's really tired, and then Alfred wakes him up in the morning and he does this? Yeah, so anyways, I used to be able to do that as a teenager, and I just had 2 cups of coffee, and I swear I could totally do that right now. And so I'm gonna try it. Just need a space. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, that was a weird segue, but the reason I did all that is because I need to talk to you about clothes. This is what people wore to a party 100 years ago. And this is what they wear to parties now. What we used to almost always wear to parties 100 years ago, we now almost always only wear to funerals. Does that mean in 100 years we'll dress like this to go to a funeral? I don't know, probably not, but it's interesting to think about. People used to dress a lot more formally for work, parties, just about everything. And while I think it might be fair to say that they looked better at a party 100 years ago than they do today, I personally like the crazy outfits of our modern age. There's just something about them. Anyways, all of this was just a roundabout way for me to justify changing out of this old-timey shirt and tie. I'd rather be comfortable. Ah, that's better. I'm much more comfortable now. Anyways, another thing that keeps me up at night is thinking about taking someone from the 1920s, pulling them into our modern age, and just seeing what they think. Seeing what they think of our style choices, our music choices, our dance choices. What would they think is weird? What would they think is cool? I don't know, it's interesting to think about, but I do have some idea of what it would be like to go back into the 1920s, and I think it would go something like this. Death is inevitable. Old age is not inevitable, but if you live in a first world country, your odds are pretty good. Anyways, the point is, one day, Cami and I may look back at that one time we made a video of us learning how to do the Charleston. And while we might not be especially impressed with our younger selves, I bet you we will look back and at least laugh. So in the end, I would say that all of our hard work learning this dance move paid off, because at the very least, we will be able to make fun of ourselves when we're old. If you're interested in following our 50 video dance commitment journey thing where we learn a new dance move every single video, subscribe.